Hello and welcome to Kamitian Field in Holliston, Massachusetts on Saturday, September 28th for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2019. It's found only on HCAT TV. Today, the Panthers host the Medfield Warriors to start the Tri-Valley League season. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside are my co-hosts, Owen Radcliffe, and of course, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, both the Panthers and the Warriors head into TVL action on a high note. What do you expect to see from the teams today?
All right, I'll get to that in a minute. First of all, I want to say welcome back, Tom. It's great to have you back. For those that don't know, Tom had a small stroke, and he's coming back today, and we are so thrilled you're back and so proud of the work you put in to come back in. The other thing I do also want to welcome Owen to our team, so that'll be good. Now, to get to the game. You got a team on this side of the field that's had two big wins, the Holliston team, and the Medfield team. They haven't played quite the the talent level that Holliston's played at, but they've thrown two shutouts. And you can only play against the teams that are on the schedule. So you have a situation here where Medfield's probably coming in feeling pretty good about their defense. Holliston's probably feeling pretty good about their both their offense and of course their defense. So I'm guessing here, I think you're probably going to see a game where Holliston's probably going to get out front early and probably stay out there. But that's why they play the games.
Captain's out for the coin toss. Number 6, Matt Arvanitis. Number 22, Dylan Ibbotson. Number 24, Mitch Gimblett. Number 4, Connor Mulvaney. And number 54, Ryan Burchard. The Panthers come into this game with a record of 2-0, averaging 35 points a game, giving up just 14 on the defense. Their head coach is Todd Kiley in his 17th season, and last week he got his 140th win against 43 losses. For the Medfield Warriors, they are also 2-0, averaging just 12 points a game, but they have, as Jay mentioned, given up no points this season. Their head coach is Eric Ornberg. In his 9th season with the Warriors, his record 42-48. Jay, this rivalry goes all the way back to 1924, thanks to Ken Dunn and his amazing research. Panthers lead the series, 45 wins, 19 losses, and 2 ties. Todd Kiley is 13-3 against Medfield since 2003. And Eric Ornberg is just 1-8. So as much as Medfield is the underdog in this showing tonight, Medfield's got nothing to lose.
That's right.
They want to put it all on the line against Holliston. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. And now Owen Radcliffe with the play-by-play and the inside scoop on today's game. Take it away, Owen.
Well, Tom, last night was homecoming at Holliston High School, so I know a lot of these players had a pretty late night. We have to wait and see if fatigue starts to set in towards the second half of the game. You can already see it kind of setting in, a little bit of a small crowd in the student section. A little late night last night. Somewhat early game this morning. 3 o'clock, though, so plenty of time to rebound.
Owen, the Greek sent in his keys to the game, and of course, the big thing is no big win hangovers for Holliston. They got to jump right out and start playing as if it's a brand new game, brand new season. Minimize the penalties, hold on to the football, have several big plays, and pass coverage is going to be necessary for Holliston going against these guys. Greek has Holliston winning 42-7.
Absolutely, Tom, as Medfield lines up for the kick. Ryan Murray, also the quarterback, junior. He's also the kicker. He's out there, 10 yards back. Mitch Gimblett and Christian Schneelock back to receive. And the kick is away. Low kick, low liner. Oh, mishandled by Mitch Gimblett through the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and we get to talk right away about one of the new rules this year is that any kick that goes into the end zone cannot be run out, whether it's a punt or a kickoff.
Nobody was bringing that kick back.
No.
Holliston will start at the 20 as Matt Arvanitis, quarterback again. Having a pretty good season, 360 yards, 4 touchdowns, with another 2 touchdowns running as the offense heads out there. Arvanitis under center to start. Looks like One running back, war position. Tosses it to Ibbotson. Ibbotson down almost immediately, gain of about 2 yards. Medfield signaling that the ball is loose, and it appears that Medfield has recovered a fumble. Medfield be taken over on the 22-yard line. Not the start you want to see, especially after the Greeks' key to the game.
Exactly. There's some history here in that, too, is that this is kind of where Holliston I think, got the first idea of running the War offense, is they have Medfield ran a similar offense to this. So Medfield kind of knows that offense and knows how to play it.
Absolutely. Medfield jogs out there, 11:51 left in the quarter. Ryan Murray, big junior, very large guy, 6'3", 205. Still got another year growing left. He lines up in the shotgun. The running back, Cameron Giunta, behind him. Wide receiver in motion. Hikes, fakes the handoff, hands off to Giunta. Giunta stifled at the line, gain of maybe 1 or 2. Good stand up there by the Panthers.
Holliston did a good job last week playing against an incredibly strong Barnstable team. And, Barnstable really didn't test the middle of that line. They ran a lot off tackle. They wanted to run off tackle. And it looks like that Medfield might have saw something in the film and tried to do it there first play.
Holliston goes 4 up on the line. Murray back in the shotgun. Giunta behind him. Snaps the ball. A short screen pass, breaks a tackle, and he will waltz into the end zone for a touchdown. 7-0 Medfield with 11:10 left in the first quarter.
Well, what happened there was 2 Holliston players came together. I don't think that pass was run correctly, and because it wasn't run correctly, 2 defenders got together, and they hit each other and kind of knocked each other off of there, and that's exactly what happened. So the passing route wasn't really that good, but because it wasn't good, it gave Medfield a break, and Holliston's down 6-0 as Medfield tries for the extra point.
Yeah, almost turned into a little bit of a pick play there.
Exactly.
As Murray does it all with the arm and the leg, he's back for the kick. Oh, a short kick and wide right, no good. Well, he can get it with the arm. Can't kick it very well. And it is 6-0 Medfield.
Medfield off to a quick start, a turnover and a quick score.
Yeah, nice job. And that's one of the things, the last key that the Greek said is watch out for the pass. You're going to have good pass coverage out there because these kids can pass, with a good defense out there that Medfield has, and they have that pass in the offense. They get a couple scores ahead, they're going to be tough to play with.
Yeah, Murray's a big guy, a lot of leg power. You can see that. He's also the kicker, got a lot of leg power, builds from the ground. Good arm, a lot of power.
Last year, the Panthers won 42-0 as Benson ran for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ibbotson 2 touchdowns, and Arvanitis was a perfect 7 for 7 with a touchdown. Everything went Holliston's way last year in Medfield. And
no rest for Murray as he's back out there, lining up. Oh, ball rolls off the tee. It's very windy here in Holliston today. You can see the trees gusting around. Murray heads back. Gimlet and Schneelock back to receive. And the kick is away. Another low kick, bouncing around the 24, picked up by Gimlet. Gimlet splitting the middle, brought down right around the 35-yard line. Good run back there, about 15 yards.
One of the things you want to be careful of if you're an opposing team to Holliston is you have special teams. I don't think you want to kick the ball to Mitch Gimlet. Now, you really don't have a lot of choice because Christian Schneelock is also a guy who can run the ball back. But Mitch has shown some incredible talent running the football back this year and last year, too. So I'd kind of kick it away from him if I were them.
Oh, he's got a lot of speed. I've heard that he got clocked at a 4.4 or 4.560 over the winter, which is very, very good speed for someone at this level. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Benson to his left. Gimlet in motion. Snap it, hand it off to Gimlet. Here's that speed we were talking about. He gets dragged down, fighting through, picked up about 4, it looks like. Got most of that 4 after contact, too. He was grabbed right at the line and was able to drag 1 or 2 Medfield defenders for a few more yards. And it looks like it'll be about 2nd and 6.
Gimlet leads the Panthers with 325 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns, and he had a kickoff return for a touchdown call back on a penalty.
Yeah.
Sure were a lot of those last week. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Benson to his right. Ryan in the slot with Radcliffe to his right. Arvanitis steps back, throws off his back foot, a little bit high for Benson. Benson rocked right as he touches it. Incomplete pass.
That is how you play, how you defend a screen pass right there. That was very nicely done by Medfield. They felt the pressure. There was too little pressure by the offensive line. They stayed back and defended that. I think there was a linebacker that was back there. Made a nice tackle.
Yeah, Arvanitis was feeling the pressure, kind of got a little throw off his back foot, floated it a little too high for Benson. Benson took a big hit. 3rd and 6 with 10:16 left in the first quarter. 6-0 Medfield as Arvanitis lines up in the shotgun. And the refs are blowing it dead for... nope, all right, and we're back. Arvanitis still in the shotgun. Ryan in the slot. Gimlet on the near side with Radcliffe on the far side. Arvanitis rolls out to his right. Lets it fly. Ooh, almost picked off. Pass was jumped by Eric Ledegar from Medfield. And that'll force 4th down as the punt unit comes out.
Well, we talked about that Medfield defense, and they've shut out 2 teams. They shut out Dedham and they shut out Norton. And they've come out here and they've kind of put the loose on, kind of caged up Holliston's offense the first 2 series for Holliston.
Yeah, it might still be a little sore from last year. Still trying to get a few kicks in. As Ryan's back for the punt. Ball is out. Ryan kicks it. Good punt. Coming down to the opposing 35. Schneelock putting some pressure on. Fair catch called by James Wilder from Medfield. As Medfield will take it over at about the 35-yard line. On their own 35-yard line. With 9:47 left in the first quarter.
Okay, so now Holliston knows they're in a game. And, you come out of that Barnstable game and you come into the league play and you say, well, we beat one of the top teams in the state. Maybe we're feeling a little good about ourselves. Well, this is a good wake-up call right here because, they have a team out there that really wants to prove something in Medfield.
Yeah, they haven't really felt pressure like this before this season. Haven't spent a lot of time, if any, trailing. As Wilder's back in the shotgun. Giunta behind him. Wilder, quick throw down to the far side. Ball is popped out on the tackle. Looked like Radcliffe in on the tackle. Popped the ball loose, but they're calling it dead. So it looks like a gain of about 4, maybe 5.
Panther defense has averaged 188 yards a game, allowing 95 through the air and 93 on the ground.
Giunta back in the shotgun. Sorry, Wilder back in the shotgun with Giunta behind him. Or Murray back in the shotgun. Panthers have 3 up on the front. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be a false start. Couldn't tell who jumped first. Looked like Medfield, excuse me.
It's interesting.
And it is Medfield. They'll go back.
A lineman jumped and it looked like somebody in motion also stepped back. So it looked like both of them went off at the same time. They must have heard the wrong count.
A little mix up there by the offense. So Murray remains in the shotgun. Panthers, 3 up on the line. Big David Harding on the near side, defensive end. Putting some pressure on. Deep throw by Murray, far and out of bounds. Good pressure there, triple coverage there by Schneelock, Radcliffe, and Gimlet. The pass falls incomplete for Medfield, bring up 3rd and 10.
Well, Murray can throw. He showed it there. That's a nice long pass, and it's a little windy out there, so you got to keep a tight spiral, and he did that.
Murray remains in the shotgun. Looks like that'll be the move going forward. He's got Giunta behind him. A wide receiver in the slot, 2 on each side. He drops back to the 25, unleashes it right over the top. Dropped incomplete by James Cosalita. Looks like he led him a little too far on that one. That'll bring up 4th and 10, and the punt unit will be coming out.
That was a nice defensive stand by Holliston right there.
Panthers need to dial up some of the Kamitian Field magic as they've won 51 with 51 wins and 8 losses since 2009. So that's the last 10 years they've been able to come through in the clutch here at Kamitian.
And they had that one rough year a few years ago, so including that. Gimlet back to receive the
Wow.
punt. Deep punt, very high. Murray's really got a leg. Brings it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And it is picked up by Medfield.
Well, Tom, you and I have seen a lot of punts in over our years of doing this. That was a heck of a punt. I mean, that's a college punt.
Very strong legs on that quarterback. As Arvanitis in the offense will take the field again.
Panther offense has averaged 360 yards a game, 135 through the air, and 215 on the ground. So see if the Panthers can't dial it up here. Get a drive down the field.
Normally, it usually takes them 1 or 2, sets of downs before they really get going, and hopefully that'll happen right here.
Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Benson to his right. Keast in the slot. Arvanitis sets Radcliffe in motion. Arvanitis gets it, drops back. He has Gimlet. Gimlet splitting the middle to the far side. Gimlet has room to run. He picks up the first down. Gain of about 15 yards by Mitch Gimlet.
Nice job from Arvanitis and Gimlet. And once again, that defense, I'll tell you one thing that these kids from Medfield do, they tackle. They do a really nice job. I haven't seen a missed tackle yet.
A lot of size in Medfield, too. Got a lot of guys over 6 feet, a lot of guys over 200 pounds. Lots of size, lots of strength. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Benson to his left. Radcliffe in the slot, hands it to Benson, Benson to his right. Benson running sideways, brought down by Medfield, gain of about 2 on that play. That'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Kristen Benson on the carry, tackled by number 29, Matt Leonard from Medfield.
That's another thing I'm seeing from this Medfield team, and now I kind of see why they shut out some guys. They're very quick, side to side. And as I said before, when you make the tackles, if you can make those one-on-one tackles, you're in for the offense. Is going to be for a long day.
Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Benson to his left. Radcliffe and Ryan in the slot. Arvanitis looking for Gimlet. Throws a little bit back shoulder. Oh, and there's a flag out. Looked like a late hit there by Medfield. Either a late hit or pass interference. Looked like Gimlet was having a little bit of contact as he went for the ball. But then there was also a little late hit there on Ryan. So we'll have to wait and see what the call is. Pass interference on Medfield. So it appears to be as Gimlet was trying to catch it. Guy in Medfield looked like he was a little draped over him. And the ref saw it. So that'll move the chains.
Now, pass interference now, this year with the new rules, pass interference is you get a 15-yard penalty, but it is not an automatic first down. So that's a first down because it became a first down. But if you have to go further than 15 yards for first down, it will not be an automatic first down.
Something to note, Quinzani's in there as Athy is out with an injury. There's a little bit of rotation going on in that left guard position as Arvanitis is back in the shotgun, Benson to his right. Benson to his left, excuse me. Arvanitis drops back. Little screen pass to Benson. Medfield drops him for a loss. Looked like a loss of about 4 on that play.
Well, one thing Medfield's doing right now is their defensive front 7 are beating the Holliston offensive line, and they have guys in the backfield constantly and consistently, and they're in Arvanitis' face, and they're also covering a lot of his shorter receivers.
Yeah, part of that matchup could be the injury to Athy, who had a little bit of a sprained ankle in the last game. Looks like he's out for this week. As they'll bring Ibbotson in, give Benson a little rest. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Ibbotson to his right. Radcliffe and Ryan in the slots. Keast on the near side. As Arvanitis takes the snap, drops back, scrambles under pressure, evades one defensive player. Rolling to his right, looks like he's going to take it, and he's just going to go out of bounds. Oh, dragged down by Medfield there. Medfield's kind of grabbed his jersey, kind of swung him around a little bit. And looks like maybe a gain of 1, if any.
Yeah, right there, Medfield kind of showed 2 backers coming up. The 2 middle backers came up as if they were going to blitz. Their backer on their right side did blitz. And they're kind of confusing right now that the offensive line of Holliston.
Yeah, good athleticism there by Matt Arvanitis, though, escaping some rushers on the far side, getting all the way back over to the near side to pick up a little bit of a gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 13. Ibbotson will stay out there. Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Ibbotson to his left. Radcliffe in the slot. Keast on the near side. Arvanitis takes it, drops back. Fires over the middle, picked off by Medfield at the 45. Oh, good tackle there by Keast, sends the Medfield defender flying through the air. That's number 2, James Cosolito, with his second big play of the game.
Well, the other thing they've been doing, Owen, is they're covering these receivers man to man, and they're really doing a nice job. And they're getting right in the Holliston receivers' faces, and they're not leaving much of a window for Arvanitis to pass into.
Yeah, Arvanitis have a good season. A little bit of trouble with the turnovers, though. And he's had a few picks in the past couple games. All around, very, very solid quarterback, though. I know he's been getting some interest from different colleges in the area. Yeah,
you're right. He's good. He's very smart, very athletic. He can, throw the ball. He reads to get that run-pass option they're working this year. He does it really, really well.
Yeah, some concerns about his size, but I've seen him. He's one of the hardest workers I know. As Murray's back in the shotgun, hands it to Giunta. Giunta stifled at the line, dropped for no gain, pushed back by what looked to be the entire Panthers defense. All 11 of them. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10, maybe 2nd and 9. Have to see where the ball position is.
Holliston's got to they're kind of collapsing kind of early on the outside, so you got to be kind of careful that they don't turn one of these runs outside.
Panthers line up, 4 on the line. Looks like Aylward, Burchard, Harding. Murray drops back in the shotgun, rolls to his right. Being chased down by David Harding, has to fling it. No, incomplete pass. Flung it to about the Holliston 35, a little bit too low. Led the receiver just a little bit too much.
That's the second time that David Harding has come out and put some really good pressure on the quarterback, and he is having a heck of a year. He's really played some great defense out there.
Oh, a pen.
Yeah, he had that special teams play last week, too, where he blocked the field goal, or the extra point. Just having an all-around great year. Very athletic player. Holliston lines up 3 on the line this time. Looks like Cahill, Aylward, and Harding. Murray back in the shotgun to Yunta behind him. The 4 receivers out there from Medfield. As Murray drops back. Murray going up in the pocket, brought down, and that's David Harding, just as we were talking about him. Drops Murray for a loss of 1.
Yeah, he gets a sack right there. Nice job by Dave Harding, and they can't control him either. He talked a little bit about how the offensive line in Holliston's having a little bit of trouble there with Medfield, but Medfield's having a lot of trouble with David Harding.
Yeah, and that brings out the punt unit as Murray drops back. Let's see if he can boot it like he did last time.
Harding was player of the week versus Barnstable with his interception and a blocked field goal attempt.
And rightly so. As Murray from the 35 boots it. Notice Gimlet took a little bit of a step back there after last time. Still pick it up around the end zone. And he'll run it back. Breaks 1 tackle. Breaks another tackle. Jukes around 1 player. He's running. He's got breakout speed. Medfield took a little bit of a swing at the ball there. Missed it, but brought him down around the 35-yard line. Great run back by Mitch Gimlet.
That's really great what you just said right there, Owen, because he did. That is what you're supposed to do on the defense. You're supposed to come down and take that swipe at that ball, and hopefully that the running back isn't holding on to it too well if he comes out, if he's running too fast. You're exactly right. But Gimlet did a nice job of holding out to the ball.
Yeah, great.
You kind of feel the momentum kind of shifting a little bit here in Holliston's favor.
Gimlet never met a punt that he didn't want to return.
Hasn't always worked in his favor, though. I believe he muffed a couple last week.
We won't bring that up.
These Holliston seniors, they stick together, don't they, Tom?
No.
As the offense lines up in the war, Benson out there, Arvanitis under center. Arvanitis will take it, toss it to Benson. Benson rolling to the far side. Picks up about 4, maybe 5 on that play. Dragged down around the 39. Medfield player a little slow to get up. And the refs will blow it dead for a little injury timeout.
Okay, 4:42 left to go in the first quarter. Holliston down 6-0. They have the ball and they're marching.
Yep, Panthers will have the ball around the 40-yard line. Favorable spot there after the Benson run. Bring up 2nd and 6 with 4:39 and counting on the first quarter. Panthers back in war. Arvanitis under center. takes the snap from O'Connell, tosses it to Benson. Same play as last time. Benson, a little bit less of a gain, looked about 2 on that side, on that run. Dragged down on the far side. Bring up 3rd and 6 on the Holliston 42. Holliston 41, excuse me.
Get a lot more blocking out of your backs and everything when they're in the war offense. You know, there's a lot of different, lot of help that they can give to the offensive line.
Very compact. I know we have a little bit of trouble seeing where the ball goes up here in this formation. Sure, the defense has the same problem. As they'll toss it to Ibbotson. Ibbotson breaking out for a big gain, picks up the first down, bringing it out to the 49, 48. Let's see where the ball spotted. Great run there by Ibbotson, picking up about 8 on that one and moving the chains for another Panther first down.
Now, the other thing you want to watch when they're in their defense in Medfield, you want to watch the 2 safeties, see how far back they play, because sometimes as Holliston's making good yardage on the war offense, you'll see the safeties kind of creep up a little bit. When you see that, that's when you can see something really work to the outside or a pass.
Yeah. As Arvanitis back in the shotgun, they break war. Benson to his left. Arvanitis drops back. A lot of pressure from Medfield. Tosses out to Benson. Benson picks up about 7 on that play. Actually, no, but enough for a first down. Maybe 2nd and 1. Good little dump off there by Matt Arvanitis. Got a lot of pressure on him. Was able to get it off in time. Good running by Benson.
And again, I'll tell you, I think that Medfield, normally that's a play that Benson cuts across the field and gets a lot of yardage on. Medfield is doing a heck of a job in pass coverage out there.
Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Benson directly behind him. Gimlet on the near side. Radcliffe on the far side. Sorry, Gary on the far side. Handed off to Benson. Benson pounding up the middle. Still moving, still going, getting pushed by that big O line. And that looks like a gain of about 6 for another Panther first down. 2:28 on the clock. As Benson comes off, trying to get it going, another quick little no huddle. Arvanitis in the shotgun, Ibbotson to his left. Gimlet on the near side, Gary on the far side. Arvanitis drops back. Knocked down by, couldn't tell if that hit an O-line or the D-line. But Arvanitis looking for Gary cutting across the middle there.
Well, you know, that again, once again, they're very sound defensively, and that's what you want to do when you're playing defensive line. If you can't get in there, you can't do a penetration. You want to get your hands up and be able to cut down those passing lanes.
And they did just that. The Panthers come back up to the line. Gary on the near side, Gimlet in the slot. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Ibbotson to his left. Mulvaney rolls out a little bit to the far side, Gimlet in motion. Coming in, Arvanitis, little play action to Gimlet, a lot of pressure. Able to flip it up, finds Ryan. Ryan picks up a solid gain of about 4 on 2nd down. That's just that athleticism from Matt Arvanitis, even going down. He's able to find that open receiver, dump it off, and turn the play into a nice little gain.
He's able to get out of trouble, and he was able to float the ball enough so that Topher can get up there and make the catch. But now they have Holliston's a long 3rd down. This is probably 2-down territory for Holliston, so 4-down territory, so get 2 more chances here to get this 9 yards.
Yeah, especially the way the Holliston defense has been playing so far. Not the worst thing to go for it on 4th down here. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Ibbotson to his left. Arvanitis takes a snap from O'Connell, drops back, lets it go. Down looking for Gimlet, wide open in the end zone, touchdown Panthers. Arvanitis finds Gimlet in the back corner, drops it right into his arms. Beautiful pass by Arvanitis, and it is 6-6 Holliston with 1:09 remaining in the first quarter.
All right, when they go back and watch the films of this game, what they're going to see is not just a great pass, but Medfield blitzed, and they blitzed 2 extra guys that time. And that front line, those 5 guys in the offensive line picked up all 7 guys on the defense and gave Arvanitis a time to throw a deep pass. Great play by the Holliston offensive line.
Really stepping it up in the absence of one of their stalwarts. As Mulvaney's back for the kick, Gary holding. Snap is away, kick is up. Kick splits the uprights. More than enough height, and the Panthers take the lead 7-6. And we'll see Nick Cotting come back out for a kickoff.
That was Matt Arvanitis' 16th touchdown of his Panther career, his 5th on the season.
Well, he's going to have to buy those guys some watches on that offensive line because that was beautiful, the way that they picked up that blitz and gave him plenty of time to throw the ball.
That was Mitch Gimblet's 3rd touchdown of the season, his 4th of his Panther career. And also Connor Mulvaney, that is his 40th career extra point, putting him to number 4 on the all-time list as he passes Matt J.
As Nick Cotting, or as the student sections call him, Newcomb Nick, comes out to the 40-yard line for the kickoff.
What was that again? Newcomb Nick?
Hit a nuke, Nick.
Oh, hit a nuke.
His brother Tyler's always yelling that in the stands.
109 left to go in the first quarter. Holliston up 7-6.
Lelouch.
I tell you, I love having Owen up here because you get all this inside scoop, you know.
Kick is away. Short kick coming out to the 20. Picked up by Medfield. Running to the far side. Oh, breaks a couple tackles, forced out of bounds around the 36 with James Wilder returning the kick. Solid gain of about 16.
Well, it's that Holliston defense that kind of got the momentum shifted a little bit and then get the offense going and get them into gear now. So it's back on the defense another opportunity here to stop Medfield. But I'll tell you, I'm impressed with Medfield. They're playing, right with Holliston right so far in this game.
Especially after last year. Looking a lot better this year. Well, had a little bit of a rough year last year. Seemed to have turned around here, getting off to a good start. The Panthers put 3 up on the line. They got Harding, Cahill, and Aylward. Murray back in the shotgun. Giunta behind him. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Handed off to Giunta. Giunta going to his right. Stifled down, driven back by those Panthers defenders. Gimblet's in there. Looks like Aylward's in there on the stop. Pushed back for maybe no gain. Gain of 1.
Gimblet leads the Panthers with 14 tackles on the season and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and Timmy Aylward, he's really doing a nice job playing at the on the defensive line. They're on a 3-man defensive line, and they do a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Got 3 great athletes up there in the front, certainly helps out. So no gain there, 2nd and 10. 23 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Murray drops back. Pressure there by Gimblet, able to get it off in time. Gain of about 8, maybe 7, dragged down by Radcliffe around the 48-yard line. Or sorry, excuse me, 43-yard line. And that looks like it'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Medfield's going to let the clock run out. So we'll be back with a 3rd and 2. And we're back with the second quarter. Medfield will have it on their 43. Panthers go 3 men up in front again. Harding, Cahill, Aylward. Murray back in the shotgun. Giunta right behind him. Medfield receiver jumped the line there. It's number 2, James Cosolito. Had a couple good plays on special teams. A little false start there. Bring him back.
He's had a pretty good year so far this year. I saw a few clips of the games they played against Norton and Dedham, and Cosolito is a good wide receiver.
Good size, 6 foot, 180. Looks like he moves pretty well. Murray back in the shotgun, Giunta behind him. Panthers 3 men up front again.
See, now Coach Athey can come with as many guys as he wants to come on if he wants to blitz.
Yep, see Lyons creeping up there. Mulvaney creeping up as well. Lyons putting a little bit of pressure on him. Murray able to sling it out there, overthrown a little bit, out of bounds. Would have been a pretty good shot down to the 35, just a little bit too far. Some good pressure there. Lyons shed his blocker. Forced Murray to roll out to his left. Great play by the Panthers.
That's a nice job. You put the pressure on him and make him throw a little maybe off balance, or maybe he wanted to wait a minute to throw, or even upset anything to upset that the coordination between the passer and the receiver.
That'll bring 4th and 7 as Gimblet's back around the 20 to receive the punt. Punt is away. Another low one, spinning end over end. Pops up right around the rolling down, keep rolling to about the 26. and Medfield will kill it. 11:38 left in the second quarter as the Panthers will take the field with a 7-6 lead.
You know, Holliston now, you've seen, we talked about momentum shifting a little bit and Holliston getting back. This is big right here. This is a good place for Holliston to come back, drive down the field and score again and put a little more pressure on that Medfield offense because, if Medfield can hold them and stay in this game, it's, the longer they stay in the game, the more confidence they're going to get. And if you're Holliston, you don't want Medfield to feel any confidence at all.
Yeah, and they're seeing that iron curtain of a Medfield defense starting to have a little bit of cracks in it. The Panthers scored, and that is the first point that Medfield has let up all season, going back to those 2 shutouts they had earlier against Norton and Dedham. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, hands it off to Benson. Benson up the middle. Benson sheds a tackle, breaks through another tackle, still fighting after contact. Oh, he fought from there like 3 or 4 yards after contact. Great gain of about 13 on that one, bringing him out to the 42.
We talk about Benson a lot, and deservedly so. He just every game he keeps saying the same thing. You just watch him; those legs keep pumping. He's always moving forward, always driving, breaking tackles, and getting those extra 4 or 5 yards. And that makes a big deal because now you got a first down.
Benson gaining ground on 1,500 career yards as a Panther.
Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Benson behind him. Hands it off to Benson to the left. Benson cutting another one. Breaks another tackle, still fighting. Picked up about 17 on that play. Brings him out to the Medfield 39.
Yeah,
Medfield 40.
I want to personally thank him for making me look so smart. That's exactly what he did right there. He kept pumping his legs. He has tremendous balance, tremendous. The other day, we saw him make a run where he just put his hand down and he was able to run a long distance. And boy, is he good. And he's fast. And if he gets ahead of you, they're not going to catch him.
Yeah, he wrestles in the winter too. Just all around good athlete. Arvanitis hands it to Ibbotson. Ibbotson breaking up the middle, picking up about 9 there on that play. Looks like it's going to bring up 2nd and 1, maybe 2nd and inches. Well,
Coach Perry says something to that offensive line because they're getting out there and they are really moving those Medfield kids back right now.
Really stepped it up after that first quarter. Ibbotson looks like he's dropped for about a loss of 1. That'll bring up 3rd and 2 with 10:13 and counting on the second quarter. Panthers lead 7-6.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down for Holliston, 3rd and a long 3.
Arvanitis gets right back into the shotgun. Gimblett on the far side, Gary on the near side. Got 7 guys up on that front line. Ibbotson behind Arvanitis. Arvanitis takes it, hands it to Ibbotson. Ibbotson pounding through.
Yep, didn't
stopped
quite make
by.
it.
Yeah. Oh, he's still fighting. Nah, the ref's blown dead.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to bring up about 4th and 2.
For Medfield, leading the tackle, Aiden Menard.
Good effort there by Ibbotson, but can't really push back 4 guys.
Well, Coach Kiley knew he was going to have a second chance at this, so he's working that offensive line and getting those holes open. Benson's back in the game now.
Yeah, it looks like the Panthers are going to be going for it on 4th down. Medfield's calling a timeout, got to regroup, go over what their plan is.
Timeout, Medfield.
So we'll take a timeout too.
And we're back with 9:22 left in the second quarter. Panthers are going for a 4th down conversion. They're 4th and 2 on the Medfield 32.
You know, that timeout also gave Holliston Coach Kiley a chance to maybe change up what he was doing too.
Yeah, Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Looks like they'll have the same formation as before. Play action, Arvanitis rolling to his right. Arvanitis looks like he can pick it up on his feet. He's still going. He's still going. All the way down. Touchdown, Panthers. Matt Arvanitis with a huge 32-yard run, blazing up that sideline to extend the lead 13-6 with 9:09 left in the second quarter.
Well, that's what I was talking about. You know, Matt Arvanitis, he has that run-pass option. He has the opportunity to either hand off the ball or if he sees something that he really likes, he'll take off. Now, that time, I'm not sure if he thought he might throw a pass and then saw the opening down on the right-hand side for him, and he just turned the corner, and after that, it's all she wrote.
Yeah, a lot of speed for the Panthers. Pretty much everybody on that offense has breakout speed. It's Mulvaney back for the kick. Gary holding. Kick is up, and it's good. 41st career extra point for Mulvaney, as the Panthers will jog out to a 14-6 lead.
Well, when Holliston took the ball over, that's what I was trying to tell you about and talk about, was the fact that it's a big set of downs, a big series here for Medfield, because if they can't hold Holliston now, Holliston's going to get that feeling that, we can score whenever we want, and you do not want Holliston to have that feeling. Tom?
Arvanitis with that 32-yard scamper puts him over the 100-yard mark for the season, and that was his 3rd touchdown of the season and the 6th of his Panther career.
As the Panthers will take a 14-6 lead out there. Nick Cotting out for the kick. Line up at about the 40. Wind still blowing. See if that comes into effect at all. Notice the Medfield kicker's been trying to keep it low. Cotting hasn't shared the same motive, but we'll see what he does here. Goes 7 yards back, bringing it up, kick is away. This one's headed out to about the 15, taken by Medfield. Medfield bringing it back up. The jokes, a little bit, looks like he hit his own guy there, and dropped by Keast at the 24.
That's exactly what he did. He saw an opening, and I thought actually he was going to hit the opening, and then I saw that he bumped into his own player.
Oh, flag there. Late flag.
Yeah, I think this
looks like it's going to be on Medfield.
Yeah, it looks like
Saw
someone might have said something, maybe unsportsmanlike or something. And
yeah, I saw Ryan walking away from the refs, clapping his hands after that flag.
What a hit by Sean Keast on that right there.
Sean Keast, he's funny. He gets on, especially on these open field tackles. He gets on there. He loves taking these guys and bringing them down.
Sean Keast coming into this game 2nd on the Panthers with 11 tackles.
And that runs in the family, too, because his older brother was the same.
Justin, right.
Boy, oh boy, could he hit.
So it looks like it was unsportsmanlike conduct on the Medfield Warriors. That'll bring him back to their own 12-yard line, where they will start. 1st and 10 on their own 12 with 9 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. It's Murray back in the shotgun, Giunta behind him. Panthers, looks like a 3, maybe 4 up on the line. Quick throw out to the far side. Gain of 2 or 3, maybe 4. Have to see where they spot the ball. A little quick screen pass there by Murray.
Holliston was about 2 steps slow on that coverage, in the sense that they did a nice job covering it and making the tackle, but 2 more steps they would have intercepted that ball, and there was nothing but green plastic between them and the end zone at that point.
Yeah, Gimlet had a play like that a few weeks ago, except a lot longer run then. He still made it though for a nice pick 6. Helped him get voted Player of the Week a few weeks ago. As Murray drops back to pass, good pressure there by Cahill, forces Murray to scramble. And Murray is dropped on the far side by Schneelock. Gain of maybe 1 or 2.
That's a nice tackle by Schneelock. He got out there. He doesn't make that tackle. That Murray's probably still running for another 10 or 15 yards.
Definitely. They'll bring up 3rd down. Looks like it'll be about 3rd and 5.
And sometimes you get in the game and you say, well, it's kind of early in the game, or there are big 3rd downs. Well, this is a big 3rd down right here for Medfield, because this is not only a chance to keep the ball, but they're going to give Holliston good field position if they don't make it.
Yeah, don't want to keep that momentum ball rolling for Holliston. Hasn't turned out well in the past. Murray takes a deep shot down the field, thrown up. Oh, almost caught there by Medfield. Got a hand on it, but good coverage there by Sean Keast. And that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 5, and Medfield is coming out to punt.
Yeah, and Medfield's got a problem now, because they're going to give Holliston some really good field position.
Absolutely. Gimlet back to receive the punt at the 39.
The other thing is Holliston's getting some pressure on the kicker here. Let's see how much pressure they try and put on now if they set up a return.
They've been doing that all season. Harding barreling in there. Ooh, not a great punt, but it's rolling. And that'll roll down to about the 47, but the Holliston 47.
Yeah, that's one of those punts. So you read the paper tomorrow, it's a 40-yard punt or something. You say, wow, that guy's got a leg. It rolled about 35 of them.
And the Panthers will get another crack at this Medfield defense. Already up 14-6 with 7:23 left to play in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, this is the time of the game where Coach Kiley likes to go for the kill. We'll see. I'd be kind of surprised if he doesn't try at least 1 deep pass here.
Yeah, try to really step on the Warriors' throats here as Arvanitis headed back out there. Empty backfield now with Radcliffe, Benson, and Gary on the near side, and Ryan and Gimlet on the far side. Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Takes a snap from O'Connell, and it is blown dead. Flag.
Too much time, maybe?
Delay of game. Delay of game on the Panthers, so that'll... Not sure if that rule's changed, but that'll bring him back.
5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Yeah, 5-yard penalties, repeating the first down. So they'll move it back to the 42. 1st and 15. Arvanitis back in the shotgun, same formation. Kylie yelling out some last-minute instructions to Arvanitis as he relays them to his receivers. Arvanitis takes the snap. Screen pass out to Benson. Benson in and out of the hands. Fall incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 15. 7:17 left to play.
He's spreading Benson, one of the guys that usually has somebody in the backfield with Matt to protect him for pass, for blocking from the pass plays. But he's moving him out, and what that's done is it's shifted that defense out, and it's given less players going in against the Holliston offensive line. Good move by Coach Kiley to do that and take some pressure off that offensive line, who, by the way, recently has been playing really good ball.
Yeah, Arvanitis hasn't seen a lot of pressure so far this season. As Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Benson behind him. Play action, rolling to his left. Tosses it downfield, looking for Ryan. Oh, just outside, just over the grasps. Ryan took a pretty big hit there. Getting caught in the crosshairs of Brian Gary's defender. Great throw by Arvanitis, just a little bit too far.
That's one of those throws. It's just a hand difference. If they just the length of a hand, if he could have got it out there, Tofa would have been able to catch it. That was nicely done. Brings up a long, though, 3rd and 15 for Holliston.
Yep, wouldn't be surprised to take another deep shot downfield here.
Right, and that's what I mean when they took that shot there. That's Coach Kiley, at some point he's going to go after it, and he wants to put some distance between them and Medfield, and that's the way to do it, is to throw deep.
As Arvanitis lines up in the shotgun, Benson to his left. Ryan, Radcliffe, and Gary on the near side, Gimlet on the far side. Arvanitis takes the snap, drops back. Looking for Gimlet downfield, he has him. Oh, perfect strike. Gimlet for his 2nd touchdown of the game. As Arvanitis runs down the field to get a little bump there. Another perfect strike from Arvanitis to Gimlet. A little deja vu for coming back from that first score.
Well, I talked last week a little bit about Matt Arvanitis. We've seen a lot of him in the passing leagues and stuff like that. Matt Arvanitis throws a pass that's very, very catchable. And by that I mean he lofts it. He leads his players perfectly. He does a nice job. And when you're out there and you just have to put your hands up, you get a spiral so there's nothing bouncing around out there. And he hits you right in stride so you don't have to stop. And, of course, Gimlet, he's having a career these first 3 games.
Absolutely. Mulvaney back to kick, Gary to hold. Snap comes in. Mulvaney splits it again for the nice round 42 career extra points. And that brings it to 21-6 Panthers. Coincidentally, same score at halftime of the Barnstable game.
Puts Matt Arvanitis over the 100-yard mark passing today. Mitch Gimblett with two touchdowns, puts him over 100 yards. And Matt Arvanitis, it was his 6th touchdown pass of the season, 16th on his Panther career. And for Gimblett, it was his 4th touchdown of the year and a 5th of his Panther career. Holliston's rolling now.
Yeah, 2 long touchdowns for Gimblett, too.
Well, the other thing you got to remember is that Holliston right there, they had that was another very long pass, and he had some great time in that pocket. That pocket formed perfectly right around Matt Arvanitis. You got to give those offensive linemen a lot of credit. When you win the line of scrimmage in any game, you're probably going to win the game. And in the beginning of the game, Holliston wasn't really winning that line of scrimmage. Now they're winning it, and they're winning it by a lot.
Yeah, wind seems to have picked up. Ball gets knocked off the tee. Really see the trees blowing back and forth. Nick Cotting hurries back. Careful to get it off before it blows off again. Low kick this time. Pops right up to the Medfield receiver at the 10-yard line. Picks up about 10, then dragged down.
Brian Gary.
Yeah, Brian Gary.
Well, there's another guy you want to talk about, a tough kid, Brian Gary getting out there. That's a nice form tackle. You see him come up, he just wrapped him and brought him down.
Brian Gary, tough competitor. He was one of the best wrestlers in New England as a freshman in his weight class.
The
Very
Panthers,
tough guy.
the Panthers went over Barnstable last week, got them into some of the top rankings in Massachusetts. They're starting to play like it tonight. Danny V of the Boston Herald having them number 8 in Eastern Mass. The Globe had them number 15, Max Preps, number 8. Nothing but blue skies right now for the Panthers.
They ain't over yet.
Yeah, can't get complacent with it. Got to still keep pushing. Murray's back in the shotgun. 3 men up on the Panther line. Hands it off to Giunta. Giunta's trying to jump up the middle. Dragged down there by Aylward. Gain of nothing. No gain. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, again, Timmy. I mentioned with Timmy Aylward earlier on, and he does a nice job. You know, when you're in a 3-man front, you gotta do a lot of stuff. You gotta fill those gaps. You gotta keep these guys off your linebackers, and you also gotta watch out if a guy comes up into your gap. You gotta make the tackle.
Murray back in the shotgun. Lions creeping up to the line. Now Mulvaney sneaking up to the line. Murray takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking to the far side. Throws a bullet to number 8, Robbie Armani. Picks up about 15 on that play for a Medfield first down.
Showing off his arm there, right there. Murray does a really nice job of it. You know, that's a tough pass going across the field like that, and he put it right on the line, just like you said, Owen. A nice job there by the quarterback from Medfield.
So that'll bring up a Medfield first down on the Medfield 35 with 6 minutes left to play and counting. As Murray back in the shotgun, Giunta behind him. Takes it, looking for a screen pass. Oh, immediately dragged down by Kevin Balowitz. No gain, maybe even a loss of 1.
Do you see Kevin right there? If you see that play again, you get a chance to see that. Kevin Balowitz did a great job. That's how you hold a defender. You hold the defender. He shoved him to the side and he was able to make the tackle. Nice job by Kevin.
Great anticipation there. Able to hit him pretty much right as he caught it. As Murray will step back in the shotgun for 2nd and 10. 3 men up on that Panther line with a 4th creeping in. Mulvaney and Lyons back in the linebacker slot. Murray drops back, throws it off to the near side. Short gain there of about 4. Touchdown by Mitch Gimlet.
Clock's running up now. 5 minutes left in the first half. Holliston up 21-6.
As Medfield will come back out there for 3rd and 8. A little bit of a long 3rd down.
Yeah, he'll have to go down the field a little bit more with his passes. He can't just use those short passes anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely shown he has the arm for that too. As Murray back in the shotgun. Dave Harding looks like creeping a little bit farther out. He gets that edge. Put a little pressure, has a double block. Shot downfield. Oh! In and out of the fingertips of Teddy Radcliffe, trying to make a little shoestring interception there.
There may be a pass interference here. Let's see, or a hold.
Pass incomplete, flag on the play.
Yeah. As the refs are discussing it. And was there a call? Yep, pass interference.
So they're going to go back. They'll mark this off 15. Once again, this is not an automatic first down. It will be a first down because, you know, the 15 yards will make it a first down.
Yeah, those new rules switching from the NCAA to the NFHS.
I got to tell you, I was a little bit leery about that when they switched all these rules, Owen, but I kind of like some of these rules now. I think they, you know, they make a lot more sense.
Yeah, especially the pass interference where the ball doesn't have to be catchable, trying to prevent those little free shots right at the end. As Murray steps into the shotgun, 1st and 10 on the Panther 47. Up, and a flag. Didn't look like anybody jumped.
Now, once again, anybody that goes over the line here, that they stop the play and they mark it off. Sometimes in the past,
neutral zone.
Yep. Sometimes in the past, if the defense would cross in over the line of scrimmage, they'd let the play go, and then they have a free play. You don't do that anymore here.
Yeah. Looked like neutral zone infraction by Medfield. That'll drop him back 5 yards. 1st and 15. As Murray's in the shotgun, Giunta behind him. Murray drops back to pass.
Oh, hold.
Scrambles to his left. A little off-balance throw. Not enough.
Oh, baby, they missed a hold right there.
Ooh.
Holliston came off that the right defensive side. Holliston came off there on a blitz. He got held and almost spun around a little bit.
Yeah, Harding putting a lot of pressure on him. Had to get a little cheat to stop somebody of that athleticism. So that'll bring 2nd and 15 with the incomplete pass there by Murray. Looking for a shot downfield, rolling to his left.
Yeah, and if you thought Coach Athey was coming before, wait till this play.
Panthers line up, 3 along the line. Cahill, Aylward, and Harding. Murray drops back to pass. Cahill putting some pressure on, and Gimlet coming in too. Murray floats a pass far out of bounds. Could be intentional grounding. Nobody in the area. And, yep, they'll toss the flag.
Well, Topher Ryan was in the area, did his best Odell Beckham Jr. there, the one-hand catch.
Flag on the play. Good pressure up the middle that time by the Panthers.
So it
Ryan
appears
Cahill leading the charge.
to be intentional. Yep, intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
So that's a loss of down.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, loss of down.
So if it's where he was throwing it from, so he was a few yards behind the line. So should tack a couple extra yards on there. That'll bring up a long 3rd down. Looks almost like 3rd and 20. As Murray's back in the shotgun, Giunta behind him. 2 in the near side, 2 in the far side. Murray drops back. Good pressure there by Harding and Cahill again. And he takes another deep shot downfield, but this one also falls short and incomplete and out of bounds. So that'll bring up 4th down. Punt unit comes out.
Incomplete. 4th and long.
Or for Murray, I guess he just stays out there.
Well, this is the point right here where Holliston's got 4:09 left. They're getting the ball back. They drive it down the field, and they could really hurt now because you're seeing now on both sides of the ball Holliston's speed and aggressiveness kind of taking over the game here.
Yeah, it could really put it apart. Oh, Harding putting some pressure on a little muffed snap there. Some miscommunication between Schneelock and Gimlet. It looks like he called a fair catch, but the refs didn't see it. And then Schneelock looks like he picked up about 4 or 5, rolling to the near side, forced out of bounds.
Yeah, the 2 receivers kind of bumped into each other there, and the Holliston was really lucky. That normally when that happens, you know, it's a fumble, and the other team's right there to pounce on it.
Yeah, a little messy play, but works out in the end.
Fielded by Schneelock, ball being placed at the 37.
So the ball will be placed at the 37, bringing up 1st and 10 for the Panthers offense with 3:53 before the halftime.
Well, see, right here, you've got to see, Coach Kiley, you know, he'll probably try and run a little bit of clock down here, maybe a little bit, and do some runs, and then boom, they'll hit you with something big.
Yeah, and the runs could be big. We've seen Benson and Ibbotson break off long runs before. As Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Gary on the near side, Gimlet on the far side, Benson behind Arvanitis. Arvanitis takes it, hands it to Benson. Benson, oh, tripped up, recovered his balance, but then swarmed by 3 Medfield defenders and dropped for a loss of, couldn't tell, looked like maybe 7 or 8.
But that's what he can do. Tristan, he's so good. You see, he just regained his balance, put his hand down, regained his balance. That time, it maybe didn't pay off, but you're going to see later in this game or sometime later this year, several times where he does that, puts his hand down, and he keeps going. And it ends up being, a big win for Holliston.
Absolutely. So Arvanitis back in the shotgun, Benson to his left. Radcliffe in the slot, Gary on the near side. Slot pass out to Radcliffe. Radcliffe looked like Benson knocked him down. And pickup of maybe 1 on that play. That'll bring up a long 3rd down. So looks like Arvanitis led Radcliffe a little bit too far on that play. Radcliffe kind of lost his balance a little bit and then knocked over by Benson, who was putting a block on a Medfield defender.
Yeah, now read the safeties and the cornerbacks here. What they've been beaten enough where they're starting to play a little bit deeper, so that opens some stuff across the middle. That's where a lot of times you get your tight ends like Topher Ryan or Mulvaney.
As Arvanitis back in the slot, back in the shotgun, excuse me, drops back to pass, scrambles, gets away from 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys, and then finds, almost picked off, looking for Ryan down the field, flag back down by Arvanitis. Arvanitis can't tell if he was kind of limping a little bit or if he was jumping up and down from the penalty. Looks like it'll probably be roughing the passer on Medfield.
Well,
the
other thing that happened here is, as I said, what happened, Connor Mulvaney came right out, and as the tight end, he was right out here in the middle of the field standing all by himself. He of course, Matt's being chased. He didn't have enough time to look, and he also would have to throw way across his body. But if he hit Mulvaney, there was nobody around him. You know, he would have gone.
Big mistake by Medfield right there.
Especially under these new rules, roughing the passer carries a much larger consequence. And that'll bring up a first down for Holliston with 2:17 left in the first half. Still 21-6.
Now, for those of you following the new rules, because that is a roughing call, that would be an automatic first down.
Arvanitis back in the shotgun. Ibbotson to his right. Arvanitis still looking. Takes the snap. Looking to his left, looking to his right.
He's
finds
open.
Ryan open. Ryan, let's see if he can get away. Gets away from 1 man. Gets away from 2. Still has his balance. And he makes it in. Ryan broke at least 4 or 5 tackles there. Juked out another couple. Arvanitis got it off just before he got hit. Great play, great catch and run by Topher Ryan there. Really showing what an absolute athlete he is. And there's a Medfield player down. And there's also a flag. I have to see if maybe they'll walk it back. Perhaps a little bit of a hold.
Yep, we'll take a timeout here for the injury and be right back.
And we're back. Medfield player able to get off under his own power. And so that'll bring the Panthers offense back into gear. Still a little bit of delay. Don't know if the refs look like they're talking something over. Oh yeah, the flag. Ooh.
They're going to take that touchdown off the board.
Yeah, blocking the back on the Panthers there. So that'll bring it back to about the 15, 20-yard line.
Well, blocking the back is something you see a lot as you have these players cutting across the field and changing direction and everything. Sometimes it's really hard to avoid that. You know, you try to avoid it as best you can, but when they're cutting back, sometimes they turn right into you.
Yeah, so that takes a great play by Ryan off the board. Still picked up a lot of yardage, though. Panthers will come out in war position, war formation. They'll toss it to Benson. Benson going to the left. Breaks a couple tackles, breaks another tackle. Keeps his balance. Ooh. Falls out of bounds around the 4-yard line. See, he was still kind of trouncing around there.
Well, the other thing when you have Benson and of course Ibbotson in the backfield too, they hit the hole so quickly. Now that hole opened up really quickly for Holliston. Holliston offensive line did a great job opening it up, but the Medfield defensive line did a nice job of closing up. But by the time they closed it up, you know, the Benson was already by.
Panthers back in war formation. Arvanitis under center. Minute 35 left. Tosses it to Benson again. Benson going to his left again. And this time he will get in there very easily for another touchdown. Bring it up to 27-6 Panthers. Great play by Benson, finding the hole. Bursting right through for an easy touchdown. Arvanitis even laying a block there.
Yeah, I saw he followed somebody in there. I didn't quite see the number. I think it might have been 74, Patrick Griffin. But somebody led him right into the end zone.
Yeah, Arvanitis not afraid to shy away from contact. Very physical player. As Mulvaney comes back for the extra point, Brian Gary on the hold. They'll take the snap. Kick is up, and it's good. 4 for 4 today. For number 4. As Panthers take a 28-6 lead with 1.5 minutes left in the first half, and they will get the ball back in the second half too. So this is really a time where they could open it up.
So that score there is Tristan Benson's 3rd of the year and the 22nd of his Panther career, and those rushes right there put him over 1,500 career yards for the junior.
Wow.
He's been getting serious playing time for all 3 years so far.
There's, 89 seconds left to go in this game. What will happen now is Holliston's going to hope that Medfield goes into a passing mode and that they, the first couple passes maybe are incomplete, stop the clock, and then Holliston use their timeout, see if they can get the ball back and get another quick score before they can go in at halftime. It's something that we see consistently, we've seen for years Holliston do.
You never know the athleticism in those D-backs.
We'll
could
see.
Even get a turnover.
Because you see, you got to see how Medfield plays it. If the Medfield coach wants to just run the timeout, or if he wants to try and score.
Kicks away, going to about the 15. Casalito returning it, bringing it out to the 25, then pushed back by a swarm of Holliston defenders.
Good coverage on those kickoffs. Holliston's holding their lanes really well, doing a nice job of tackling out there. One thing you get on the kickoff team for Holliston. If you're on the kick, you're on the game. You're in the game quite a bit because they're scoring a lot. And so you're getting a lot of playing time. As
the Panthers defense is out there, looking to get a quick stop with 80 seconds left in the half.
Right, you want to moxie. You want to see what he does here. This coach, he's keeping these guys in there for a long time. That probably means that he's going to pass. A pass, an incomplete pass, and Holliston's going to start working that clock.
Medfield on the far hash, Murray in the shotgun. As TJ Casey coming in as the running back for Medfield, lining up behind Murray. They'll hand it to Casey. Casey going to his left. Dropped for, looks like a gain of about 4. Solid run by Casey.
Yeah, and he stayed in bounds to keep that clock going.
Yeah. And it looks like Medfield called a timeout. So we'll be right back. And we're back with 1:12 left in the first half. Medfield Warriors have the ball at their own 30-yard line.
Interesting call there, calling a timeout, because you're over on that side of the field. You would think you'd tell your running backs, get out of bounds so we can save our timeouts, because you only get 3 now. You used to get 5, but with the new rules, you only get 3.5.
Yeah, a little hiccup by Casey, but they'll go right back to him. Let's see if he can get out of bounds this time. This time he does get out of bounds, so the clock will stop with 1:05 left. Panthers looking for one more big stop to end the half.
That's right. Now it comes. See, now you got 4, maybe a long 4, and if Holliston can hold them here, they'll call timeout, get that ball back, and have a shot at it. So these guys in Medfield got to be kind of careful. If you throw the ball up and it's incomplete, Holliston saves a timeout. But you also got to watch and make sure they don't make a first down.
Absolutely. As Murray back in the shotgun. Panthers have 3 men up on that line. A low snap, handled by Murray. Picked off by Schneelock. One of those athletic D-backs, taking it back to the end zone for a pick 6.
This is coming back, maybe.
Oh, flag on the field.
Now, I don't know. That flag was really late. I didn't know if they were going to call of roughing the passer. The passer was down on the ground for at least maybe 8 or 10 seconds before that flag came out. So maybe it was a block in the back on the return.
Have to wait and see what the refs decide. Nonetheless, great play by Schneelock.
I mean, if the ball's staying down there, Owen, it's probably going to be a block in the back of some kind, because otherwise Medfield would have been able to keep the ball.
Yeah. And it doesn't look
like
the offense
they're calling a touchdown.
Yeah. So, block in the back on Medfield.
Medfield declined, so it is a good touchdown.
Yeah, so great play by Christian Schneelock to make it 34-6 with 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Mulvaney back to kick, Gary to hold. And the kick is away. And splits the uprights again. 5 for 5 today for Mulvaney. Coming out with a big day. Also having a good day on defense.
He's going to lead the league in scoring. Keeps that up.
Christian Schneelock is the 8th Panther to make the end zone today, and the Panthers' second pick 6 of the season.
Wow.
That's his first touchdown as a Panther.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, never know what will happen with those athletic D-backs in the Holliston defense. Coming up with big plays all the time. Gimlet ran a pick six back, 99 yards a couple weeks ago. Coming up with a few other big turnovers, a few fumbles, some big hits. And the Panthers will head back out to kick the ball off from the 40-yard line.
Now that took 34 seconds from the time on the playing clock, 34 seconds, between the time Medfield got the ball and Holliston scored.
Holliston scoring
Take
very
that
quickly.
back. That was Schneelock's second touchdown of his Panther career.
There you go.
He had a
Yes, did.
touchdown last year.
He had a pick six last year as well. I remember that in Norwood. As Medfield running back from the 15.
Whoa, whoa.
Big hit there. Almost running over Christopher Del Ponte, whose brother Andrew used to be the kicker for Holliston. He had a big season a couple of years ago too. Took a big hit, but he stood up to it, able to drag the Medfield player down. That'll bring up 1st and 10.
I love that. Del Ponte came right there, boom. They caught it right together, boom. Then there was a lot of weight on the other side of that play, but Del Ponte stuck right with it and brought him down. Nicely done.
Yeah, he'll be feeling that one tomorrow.
Yeah. Vitamin A, Advil.
As the Medfield offense limps back out there. 48 seconds left in the half. Panthers 3 men up on the line. The 4th creeping in. Lions creeping back. Hands it off to Casey. Casey running. Giunta. Giunta knocked down for a gain of about 5. Gimlet and Schneelock in there on the tackle.
Now they can let this roll if they want here and just roll out the clock. Let's see what happens.
Looks like they're going to try and get another playoff.
Yeah.
They come back up to the line.
They got the U play out there. See that U, big
Yeah,
U over there? They got
Utah.
The
They have
U
another
play.
one,
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Murray's been in the shotgun this whole game.
Holliston's coming.
Hands it back off to Giunta. Giunta trying to get to the far side, to the near side. Brought down by Lions and Schneelock. Yeah, gain of about 4, maybe 5. Close to a 1st down, but they'll just take it into the half. So at halftime, it's 35-6 Panthers. Very one-sided, really showing up that perfect Medfield defense. And we'll be right back. And we're back with the second half of the Holliston Panthers versus the Medfield Warriors. Holliston getting out to a big 35-6 lead in the first half. Have to see if they can hold on and build onto it in the second half.
Well, they've done it on all 3 phases of the game. They've done it on offense, defense, and also on special teams. And, you know, it's kind of tough. You know, with the first half of the first quarter, it kind of looked like these two teams are kind of pretty even. They were going to get head-to-head. And then Holliston just pulled out in front. They're just athletically and speed-wise pretty superior at this point. But I got to tell you, that's a good team over there. I mean, that Medfield team, you know, I really like the way they play defense. They're tough. You know, offensively, they probably need a little bit more. But defensively, they do a really good job. And they as we talked about earlier, they do a good job tackling and they do a good job covering. But Holliston, they get that speed, and they get up in front, and Holliston gets ahead of them, and it's going to be tough for them to get back into this ball game.
Yeah, lots of speed in those receivers, those running backs. The quarterback, Matt Arvanitis, even ran for a nice 30-something odd touchdown run. So just really an athletic on both sides of the ball for the Panthers. Great on defense. That big D line. It's put a lot of pressure on Murray so far. The wind is still blowing as Nick Cotting lines up for the kick. He's coming up, kick is away. Kick's coming out to about the 10-yard line. Pretty good kick there, about 50 yards. And pretty good run by Medfield, picking up about 23, 24 off the run back before getting out of bounds around the 34. James Causalito, senior captain.
You know, we go back to the keys of the game, and a lot of these keys that Bobby the Greek gave us, and I kind of agree with a lot of them. The first one was no big win hangover, and I think Holliston kind of came out a little bit, you know, I don't know, they fumbled the ball right away and Medfield scored. So maybe there was a little bit of that, but no more. Minimize the penalties. They've done that. They've held on to the football. They've made the big plays, and their pass coverage is not only improved, but they were able to score off of it. So nice job all around by Holliston.
So as Medfield lines up, Murray back in the shotgun, hands it to Guinta. Stifled to the line by the Holliston defense. Harding in there, Lyons in there, Cahill in there, Ibbotson, the whole team in there.
Yeah, they had a team meeting back there. That front seven of Holliston is really playing really well now. They're controlling, just as the Holliston offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage, the Holliston defensive front seven is doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, great players. Still line up, 3 along the front line. Murray drops back, looking to the left.
Oh,
big hit by Sean Keys. Second big hit of the game, stopping Medfield for a gain of about 2. He had a big hit just like that in the first half. He's really picked it up on defense this year. Already a good player, but he's taken the next step this year.
Now, if you watch Timmy Alwood, and that time he was triple teamed. They have to triple team him to stop him over there on the right defensive end for Holliston.
The problem with that, though, is then you have less guys covering Dave Harding, and he comes right in there. Looking over the top, and he finds his receiver for a gain of about 11. Bringing up a Medfield first down, coming out to the 48-yard line. Medfield's 48-yard line.
Nice play. And Murray, we've talked about this throughout the game. He really throws the ball. He throws a really nice, really quick, fast release. And he's good. He's a good one. He's a junior, I believe, right?
Yeah, 6'5", 205 as a junior, class of 2021. As he lines back up in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Hands it off to Guinta. Guinta coming up. Gets by Radcliffe, but he is dragged down after a gain of about 7. Dragged down by Kevin Balowitz. Kevin had a good play in the first half. Kind of jumping a pass, hitting the receiver hard for no gain. And that will bring up 2nd and 8 on the Holliston 44.
Well, Medfield's making a little headway now, offensively.
Yep, still kind of getting warm from halftime. Murray drops back. Pump fake, rolling to his left. Throws over the top to number 2, Causalito. Causalito picks up about, looked like about 17, 18. Coming down to the Panther 34.
Well, the Murray-Causalito, tandem, they've worked pretty well in the first couple games for Medfield.
Yeah, they got that big 3 of Causalito, Murray, and Guinta. Causalito and Guinta, senior captains. Murray most likely will be next season. It's Murray back in the shotgun. Gives it back to Guinta. Chased down by David Harding. Manages to get away, forced out of bounds by Kevin Balowitz. Pick up of about 2 yards there. It'll bring up 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 8. To wait and see where the ball is placed. Oh, actually, they're saying he only got about.
Yeah, looked like 1.
Yeah. So the 2nd and 9.
Harding back in the backfield again. Boy, he's just living in that backfield for the Medfield's backfield.
Yeah, almost chased down Guinta there. They were barely able to. Oh, great pressure. Harding chasing him down.
There he is again.
Oh, he picked him.
There he is again.
Yeah, Harding got Murray. Another player looked like Aylward. Aylward got in there, coming in over the top and just pancaking Murray. For a pretty good loss of about 5 there. They'll bring up 3rd and maybe a loss of about 6. They'll bring up 3rd and 14. 3rd and 15.
Yellowwood, Harding, Cahill, those 3.
Yeah.
Just the 3 of them alone are really doing a number down there in that.
Lyons creeps up onto the line. Murray drops back to pass. Oh, Harding, little swim move, gets right around his defender.
What a great catch. Wow.
What a perfect throw. Oh, that's falling incomplete, though.
Oh, it did.
Oh.
No?
I don't know. The ref signaled incomplete, but then signaled it for a catch.
Yep,
they're calling it a catch. What a perfect throw, perfect catch. Harding put a crazy amount of pressure on him, got right around him with a swim move, was on Murray, almost instantly. I'm actually surprised that the receiver was able to get that far downfield so quickly.
Harding made it. Oh my God!
Yeah, he was on quick.
Great play, and the quarterback Murray just stood in there as a quarterback needs to, and made the play. So timeout. We'll take a timeout here too.
And we're back with 7:25 left in the third quarter. Medfield only Holliston 6, putting a little pressure right out of the gate. About 4.5 minutes have run off since the beginning of the quarter, as Murray lines up in the shotgun position. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Gwinta behind him. Drops back, rolling to his right. Pressure on by Mulvaney, and a short throw comes up about 5 yards short, maybe 4 yards short of the receiver. As some great pressure put on by Mulvaney as he was chasing him down.
Yeah, see, the quarterback, he doesn't expect these defensive front seven to be able to run like that. I mean, the Holliston, all those guys can really go after him, and it gets him a little bit out of rhythm because he thinks, well, I might have a little time. You know, they're not blitzing me. This guy's coming at me. You can't simulate that in practice. So he's got to get used to it out there on the field during the game time.
Yeah, as Murray's going to take it himself. Chase down, Aylward in on the stop. Drops him for, looks to be a loss of around 2. Oh. And the clock will keep running.
Timmy's having such a great game out there. Aylward, I know I keep going back to those guys, but they are really, really controlling the line of scrimmage, those 3 guys. You know, Cahill's down in the middle of that. He's taking on a couple of guys, getting bumped up here and there and everything, letting everybody else make the plays. He's taking on a lot of the blockers too. So 3 of them working greatly in tandem. Yeah,
Medfield really hasn't been able to establish that running game today, that front 7. And their passing game hasn't been much better. It's been kind of a one-sided game so far. As Murray looking for a receiver in the end zone. Led him just a little bit too far. Good coverage by Schneelock. On James Wilder. In and out of the hands. That'll bring up 4th and 9.
I thought that was going to be a touchdown. The receiver opened up really quickly, and Murray saw him, just got a little over-anxious and throw him. And that's a function of getting that much pressure on him that he feels he's not going to have enough time, so it gets him out of his rhythm a little bit.
Yeah. Receiver definitely had some space, but just threw it a little bit too far. Murray drops back again. Finding him. Oh, this time it was way out too far. Looking for Wilder again. Led him about 4 yards too far, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So the Holliston offense will come back out on their own 9-yard line. They're looking for a nice 91-yard drive. 6:27 left in the third quarter as Holliston retains their 35-6 lead, coming up with a big stop on defense there.
Well, now you're going to see Holliston kind of, let's see if they just go into maybe a war offense, maybe start running the ball a little bit.
Yeah, trying to run some time off that clock, keep it running. And it looks like they will be lining up in war. Arvanitis under center. Benson and Ibbotson on the wings. Takes it. Gives it to Benson. Benson rolling to his left. He's coming up. Big gain. Forced out of bounds. Right around the 30-yard line, it looks like. Big gain there of about 20 by Benson. Able to get around that edge and just keep on running.
Nice job there by his backfield running mate, Dylan Ibbotson, who made a nice block there and helped spring him a little bit.
Yeah, so the ball is spotted at the 31-yard line, so that'll be a pickup of about 22 for Benson. As Arvanitis comes in under center. Benson on the far wing, Ibbotson on the near wing. Benson in motion. Ibbotson has it. Gain of, looked like he kept fighting, picked up a little extra yards at the end. It's a gain of about 4. So that'll bring up 2nd and 6 as Ibbotson is able to fight through some contact, break a couple tackles, and pick up a few yards.
Nice fake by Avanitis and Tristan Benson, and Benson went through with the fake and brought a few of the guys over to this side of the field and opened up a little bit for Dylan to make some yardage.
Yeah, it's one of the pros of having 2 high-level running backs. You can never really tell. Defense can't guess which one you're going to go to. As here he goes to Benson, tosses it to his left, Benson has a lot of daylight. Chased down by Causalito, forced out of bounds around the 33.
Yep.
Oh, 2 flags from different refs.
And this is going to add a 15 yards onto that.
Looked like a little bit of a late hit there. Looked like number 29, Matt Leonard, came in a little bit late with that hit.
You know what happens? The game kind of gets away from you, Owen, a little bit, and you maybe get a little frustration and everything, and you finally get a chance to hit the guy, and you hit him, and you probably shouldn't have hit him. And I don't think it's like a malicious thing. I think a lot of that might have been like a frustration situation for Medfield.
Definitely. So that'll move the ball up. Another nice chunk of yards coming out to the 18. As the Panthers managed to get about pretty solid, about 80 yards in 2 minutes.
4:40 left to go in the third quarter.
Yep. As the Panthers still in war, Arvanitis under center. Ibbotson in motion, hands it to Ibbotson. Ibbotson to the right. Ibbotson cuts back, finds a hole. And Ibbotson picks up about 10. Looks like he got the first down, maybe 11.
This is a clinic on how to block and how the back should follow their blocking. But Dylan was running out of field there, and he just waited a minute. He was patient. He waited, the block developed, and he just cut right in and made a nice gain.
Yeah, that O-line bolstered by Ryan Burchard. So big, strong as an ox, as Todd Kiley has said. Set a lot of club records in the weight room. Just a real, he's a brick in the best sense of the word.
Yeah, he did. Good kid, too.
As Arvanitis under the center. Ibbotson in motion. Tosses it to Ibbotson. Yeah, Ibbotson has it. Ibbotson barrels up for a touchdown. Ibbotson picked up about 4 yards. Was able to reach it right at the end. Pick up a touchdown. That'll bring it to 41-6 Holliston. As this game is really, that's exactly what they wanted to do. Get a big stop right on defense. Drive down the field and really open it up to start this second half.
Well, what Dylan did there was, once again, he got out to the side and he slid. He kind of slid sideways a little bit, saw the opening, and cut right up through. I actually thought that might have been a loss, the way that play started out. But Dylan just waited for his block. And boy, these running backs, they get through the hole quickly, and they wait. They have patience to look for the hole and wait for it to develop. You just don't teach that stuff to everybody.
Yeah, Arvanitis throwing some blocks too. As Mulvaney puts it, missing wide right for his first miss of the game. 5 for 6 on the game. It looked good from here, but I guess it was a little bit right. Can't really see it from this angle.
It's funny. I see that a lot. I'm exactly with you, Owen. Every time I see these things, they look good to me. Even when we're playing in somewhere else, or we're in the stands or something, and I'm watching it, it always looks good to me, and I don't know why. But they get the 35-point lead with 3:39 left to go in the third quarter.
And I believe if they hold on to this lead, it'll be a running clock in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So the defense prepares to head back out there as Nick Cotting will head out for another kick. Certainly seeing a lot of action this game. Headed out for his 7th kickoff of the game, or 8th, if you include halftime. And so he'll head out to the 40. He'll place the tee. The wind still going, still blowing pretty hard. As Nick Cotting goes 7 yards back. Coming in, kick is off. A low liner. Right through the hands of Wilder. Wilder has to pick it up around the 5 and start running it back. He seems to go down. Lyons got a hand on him. Looked like number 16 got a little hand on him. That's Ryan Stanwood, a junior.
That's a kind of tough thing to do. When you're running down on a kickoff, you're supposed to hold your lanes. And when something happens like that, like a fumble or something, a lot of times those lanes break down. And that's when you see somebody take off and make a long gain. That time, Holliston just held their lanes, did a nice job of it, and a nice job making the tackle down there.
Yeah, great kick by Nick Cotting, too. Low liner. Able to go right through the hands of Wilder.
So let's see how Holliston plays this now. See if they still stay aggressive and come after Murray, or if they're going to lay back maybe and play not prevent, but not quite as aggressively.
Well, those safeties aren't too far back, only 10 yards. as they got 3 up on the line. Murray drops back to pass. Fires over the top. Oh, pass interference on Lyons there. Pretty easy call.
Yep.
Lyons had the receiver in midair as the ball was coming, which you're not supposed to do.
That's a timing issue, though, because Lyons, if that ball got there when Lyons thought it was going to get there, he would have been fine, but he just over-anticipated a little bit.
Yeah.
It's no problem. You know, you get in a situation where you're by yourself and you're one-on-one with a guy, and you get a chance to do something like that, and all of a sudden you just do it a little more quickly than you thought you would.
So hurt the Panthers a little bit, but they have some cushion room. Just got to kind of stop the snowball before it starts, which they haven't had a problem of doing all season. So that'll bring the ball out to the Medfield 31. With 3:18 left to play here in the third quarter, Holliston holding on to a 41-6 lead. As the Panthers put 3 up on the line with Mulvaney and Lyons coming in and out. They'll hand it off to Guinta, who picks up about 3 or 4 on that play. Brought down by a swarm of Holliston players, including Connor Mulvaney, Kevin Balowitz, Kevin Lyons, and Teddy Radcliffe. So that'll bring up second and looks like about 7, maybe 8. Second and 8 is the call. Murray back in the shotgun. They haven't run a single play from under center all game. It's 3 up on the line. Safety's about 10 yards back. Fires screen pass to his right. For a catch, but forced out of bounds. Doesn't look like he picked up the first yard. Looks like he can be a few yards short. That's going to bring up what looks like 3rd and 2 from up here. Let's see where they... Yeah, it'll be a 3rd and 1.
Tim Alward's taking a little bit of a breather out here, and Justin Baddock's in there.
And we're back here at Kamitian Field, 41-6 Holliston with 2:15 left in the third quarter. As the Medfield Warriors trying for 1 more yard on 3rd and 1 here on their own 40-yard line. Murray under center for the first time all game. He'll take it himself, and it looks like he has picked it up pretty easily. Looks like a gain of about 2, so that should be enough for the first down. Should have picked something up when they see Murray coming under center. Hasn't done that all game. Took it right up the middle himself.
You know, you get a quarterback on that size, you should use him, right? I mean, you know, that's a lot of weight going forward. They get some beef in there in that interior offensive line, and puts a lot of weight. And Holliston got the 3-man line down there, so, but they didn't get a lot of yardage on it, did they?
No, only 2. The line's staying strong. As we mentioned, Justin Baddock in there for Timothy Aylward, giving him a little bit of a break. As Murray's back in the shotgun, drops back to pass. Oh, Baddock putting some pressure on him, chases him down, brings him down for the sack. Loss of about 7 yards there for Baddock. Coming in, taking all the opportunities he can get, and coming up with a big sack. Dragged him down, and it appears Murray's a little shaken up on the play, so we'll be right back in a second. And we're back with 1:12 left in the third quarter as Medfield has the ball. New quarterback in there as Murray seemed to be a little shaken up. Oh, and he muffs the snap. Looks like a loss of about 1 on 3rd and 16.
We'll go back to that previous play when Justin Baddock. I love that. I mean, Tim Alward was playing a heck of a game. He comes out for a blow, and then there you go. You get a Justin Baddock comes in, and not only did he shed his block very quickly, he was able to run down the quarterback from behind. That's pretty impressive, you know. He's defensive lineman. I'm loving this.
And it looks like they'll be giving David Harding a little bit of a break as Brennan Ibbotson, the younger brother of running back Dylan Ibbotson, comes in to take over that D-line spot. And Dylan Ibbetson's in there, too, on the line as they hand it off. Murray's back in the game. And they are just,
Connor Mulvaney.
Mulvaney coming in there, dropping him for a loss of what looks like about 2 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. So Murray will stay out there and punt the ball away.
And give Ryan Stanwood a little bit of a little nod there, too. He got down a little bit low on that and did a nice job on that tackle. Boy, are they playing good, that front 7.
And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter as Holliston's maintaining their 41-6 lead with ease, opening it up a little bit. And we'll be back with a running clock 4th quarter right after this. And we're back with fourth quarter action from Kamitian Field here in Holliston as Medfield lines up to punt. Ryan Murray, or no, it looks like they have a new punter in there.
I don't think it's Murray. It might be too far back.
Coming out to the 20.
Wow.
He's got a good leg too.
Holy mackerel.
Right out. Oh. Gimlet muffs the punt. Looked like Medfield got it, but Gimlet did put a big hit on him, and the ball might have popped loose. Yeah, looks like. Yeah, looks like Medfield.
Yeah, Medfield's got it, yeah.
Medfield picked up the muffed punt. Well, took out one punter, put in another punter who kicked it just as well.
Why would you take that? Wow, did he? I didn't see. I don't remember. Was he the first punter also? Was he the guy
No,
who,
Murray stayed in the whole game.
He did. So Murray was the one who punted originally, and he really punted really well too.
Yeah, and they brought in Matt Leonard. What I'm wondering is, if you have a quarterback or a punter who's that good, why would you still have your quarterback go out and punt it every time? Just put in the actual punter. As Murray comes right back out there. He's in the shotgun, about 5 yards back. Went to behind him, 2 on the far side, 2 on the near side. Gwinta takes the snap, drops back to pass. Trying to go up the middle, sacked by Justin Baddock. His second sack in about 4 minutes. Well, his second sack of the quarter.
Justin Baddock's going to make the High School Hall of Fame if this keeps up. No, that's something you got a great player like Timmy Al where you take him out for a couple minutes and then you replace him with someone with Justin Baddock and he comes up. That's all he does is have 2 sacks right in a row almost.
I believe Justin Baddock is also the junior class vice president.
Ooh.
So gets it done on and off the field. As Murray's back there in the shotgun, Gwinta behind him.
Here they come
Murray
again.
drops back to pass. Lions got a hand on that. Picked off by Ibbotson. Ibbotson running it back to the 30, to the 40, to the 50, dragged out of bounds around the 51-yard line. Tipped by Lions, popped up in the air, picked off by Ibbotson, who ran it back for about 20 yards. Great play there by the Holliston defense.
And leading the blocking on that, who else? David Harding. Nice job there by Holliston. Clock continues to run now. It's a winter running time situation, so it's 9:18, 9:17 left to go in this ball game.
So as Holliston, for one mistake they make a great play. And so that'll bring the offense back out there at the 48-yard line. With Medfield's offense only able to get 1 play off.
And I'll go back into this again. We talked earlier about how that Medfield defensive line and offensive line played so well in that first couple series. But since then, it's been all Holliston all day.
So Kevin Balowitz in there as the quarterback. He's in the shotgun with Christian Schneelock behind him as the running back. They hand it to Schneelock. Schneelock barrels up. He picks up about 9 or 10. That's pretty close to a first down. So they're giving Arvanitis a little bit of a rest.
The other kids are saying, get Schneelock out of there. He already scored his touchdown. Give somebody else a chance. But Christian's a great all-around player. I mean, this team is just loaded with all-around guys, and we talked about how 20 guys ran under 5-minute 40s on this team. Of course, you talked about a little bit how they have in the weight room and everything too. It's just amazing all that off-season work that they go to, and these guys really, really work hard, and you see the results of it out here in the field.
Yeah, Kevin Balowitz in there in the shotgun. Noah Salem on the near side. Topher Ryan in the slot. Topher Ryan in motion. As Kevin Balowitz can keep it himself. He's going to barrel up for the first down. He breaks a tackle. He's still going. He's got room. He's got daylight. And, it looks like forced out about the 1. Great pickup there by Kevin Balowitz for about 28 yards, or 38 yards, excuse me.
Well, if there's a run-pass option here, there's going to be a run. He's going to, he'll keep the ball. He deserves it, too. That was a nice run, some nice blocking. Nice blocking by Topher Ryan to lead that run, too. There's another guy, Balowitz, you take out Avanitis, and here comes this guy. You're trying to maybe hold down the score a little bit. You can't because these guys want to play just as hard as as the first teamers do.
Yeah, Balowitz came in the game against Bishop Fian and was able to hold that lead. And he comes back in here, coming in the shotgun on the 1-yard line. Schneelock behind him. Balowitz going to try and keep it himself, but he's going to be forced back. That'll be a loss of about 5, it looks like. So that'll bring up second, and let's see where the ball is spotted, but it looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 6. And it is 2nd and 6.
Clock rolls on, coming up to 6:20 left to go in the ball game.
So as Holliston regroups, tries to push it through one more time. Balowitz getting the call from Kylie. Steps into the shotgun. Coming in there. Puts Nick Cotting in motion from the right side. Bringing to the far side. Hands it to Schneelock. And, oh no, he kept it himself. He kept it himself. It looked like he might have gotten dropped for a loss of 1 or maybe no gain. No gain, so it's going to stay 3rd and 6. So after the big pickup, Balowitz stifled a couple of times. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 on the Medfield 6-yard line.
You know, the situation here where Coach Kylie, you really don't want to throw because that's kind of rubbing it a little bit. But, you know, this isn't ordinarily where you throw the ball right here. So I'm not sure how Coach Kylie's going to do this. And the other thing is you want to give these other guys a chance, too, to maybe give Kevin a chance to throw a pass here or there.
Absolutely. He'll probably be the quarterback next year in case nothing changes. Oh, he'll keep it himself here. A lot of room. He'll cut right back, untouched. I don't think anybody touched him, but there is a flag down. Oh, looks like maybe a block in the back.
Yeah, that is. And as I said earlier, what happened, whenever you cut back or you do that's a really tough thing because a lot of times you get that call, the block in the back.
Yeah. So what was a great run, looks like it's going to get called back. So that'll bring him back to what looks like the 16. And so it'll be 3rd and 16, 3rd and goal.
Clock keeps running down now to 4.5 minutes left in this game.
And they'll keep the same unit in there. As they line up for the snap. Balowitz in the shotgun, Schneelock behind him. Cotting and Salem on the near side. Balowitz with the play action, rolling out to his right, and brought down for a sack. That'll bring him back to about the 26 and probably push them out of field goal range, maybe. Although there usually isn't much field goal range at this level.
I was down in Cumberland, Rhode Island, watching a football game down there, Owen, and there was a kid who kicked a 49-yard field goal.
Whew.
Imagine that. I think he was a sophomore, too. Okay, clock keeps running here. There's 3.5 minutes left to go in the game.
As Panthers trying to decide what they want to do. And it looks like they're going to be going for it. 4th and 26, 4th and goal. Balowitz lines up in the shotgun. Schneelock to his left. Balowitz drops back to pass. And he'll let it fly. Caught! Oh, it's not going to be enough, though. Caught by Noah Salem, but it looks like they'll come up a few yards short, but they will pin Medfield against the goal line. So they'll head out on defense. Great play there. Just missed it by about a couple yards. Just barely, not enough.
Yeah, you put that in the back of your head and file that away because what happens is these kids are seeing, once again, we're in a situation where Holliston is winning so big that these kids are getting a lot of playing time. And that's a big deal for a quarterback to complete a pass like that in a situation like that against a decent defense. So, you know, that's one of these things where you say, okay, you know, Kevin gets it back in the head. I can do this. I can do this if called upon.
Remember, Arvanitis was having those reps back when Ryan Benko was the quarterback a few years ago.
Exactly. At that Thanksgiving Day, remember, he came in 2:15 left to go in this game.
So Medfield will line up on their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10. Murray back in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Coming up the middle, stifled. Gain of maybe 1, if anything. Brennan Ibbotson in there on the tackle.
Clock is rolling on now with 1:40 left. 100 seconds left to go in this ball game. Well, nice game here for Holliston.
Yeah.
And next week we head off to Westwood.
Yeah, clearly no big win hangover. As Murray lines back up, Holliston packing the line. And the refs have blown a whistle. Looked like a penalty on Holliston.
Yeah, but the thing at this point is that the clock just keeps going
Yeah.
now. There's 1:03, 1:02 left to go in the game. Yeah, Holliston next week. For those watching streaming video, we want to thank you for watching and let you know that if you're around next week, it's going to be, I believe, Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock in Westwood.
Should be a good game.
And for those who want to do streaming video, we'll see if, I'm not sure if we'll have streaming video next week or not, but if we do, look for us. We should have it, the lovely Lisa tells me. 30 seconds left to go in this ball game.
1st and 10, Medfield on their own 16-yard line. Low snap, handled by Murray. Murray looking to his right. Let him out a little bit too far.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the last play of the game.
Yep.
So we count
And so
down
that'll-
to 8 seconds.
Yep, that'll run the clock out. So a big win here by the Panthers as the clock hits 0.
Well, nice job here by Holliston today. And, you know, they came out, they got challenged a little bit early on, and they were able to answer that challenge and more. And they did a great job. Offense, defense, special teams. Everybody did their part today, Owen.
Absolutely. Big plays by the defensive lineman. Big plays by the offensive lineman, Justin Baddock, coming in there at the end, making a couple great big plays. Really, everybody stepped up, and Panthers really showed off how deep their team is. They have pretty much everybody on that roster can make an impact play.
Good game today. Of course, first of all, we want to thank Tom Emmons for coming in and joining us, and we're seeing how well he's responding to that stroke, and he's getting a little bit better, a little bit stronger all the time, and hopefully he'll come later on one of these other games throughout the year. Owen, you did a sensational job. You are absolutely fabulous. Great work. We want to thank the lovely Lisa on the big camera and the guys on the field camera, Don Cronin and Chris McNerney. And the final score here today from Holliston High, Holliston 41, Medfield 6. Good night, everyone.